Welcome back to the channel. All right, we're going to answer today, does Nico need to be awakened? I have placed her in my best champions to rank unawakened video. I do firmly believe that. I provided the nuance there, but I want to go over this in a video because a lot of YouTubers I really respect who are playing at very competitive levels feel she does need to be awakened. And I want to explain not necessarily what I think they're thinking, but I want you to see the different places and reasons why you would rank her up unawakened versus where, if you're using her for some of these fights, you do want her awakened. We're looking at it right now. This is back from my initial video on her as a new champion, completely unawakened. This is a rank 3 Nico versus a rank 4 Dark Phoenix. So she's even punching up. And we did start with the pre-fight. We had the buff immunity on. You can see we are still getting the poisons on her. One of the biggest differences is you have a little more difficulty, one, keeping your effects up. We'll look at the signature ability so you can see what that looks like. We're having a little more difficulty getting our damage going. Nico's not really a damage monster. That being said, this was a rank 4 Dark Phoenix versus with a rank 3 Nico Minoru. And did that look like there was any difficulty at all? The buff immunity is so outrageously strong, okay? It is so outrageously strong. That right there is why, in my opinion, that was 57 seconds punching up. That is why I don't feel she needs to be awakened. Why in my best champions to rank unawakened is because Nico herself is so outrageously powerful. All right, now I want you to see what the signature ability actually does. So you can look at this because we're going to look at my Nico as a rank 3. We're going to look at her as a rank 4. And then I have a great fight from my alliance mate Stat. I really appreciate him showing what an unawakened Nico looks like in a very difficult fight. You can see there's 3 bullet points. And the first one, this is damage. Okay, this is where the damage fights are getting significantly faster. I've actually, at this current Gladiator Circuit meta, been able to take rank 4 Sig 200 Serpents, and I'm getting over 50,000 scores, okay? She's not a damage monster, but in the right setup, she's helpful. The signature ability plays a big role in that. The second bullet point, personal effects and opponent are paused during Nico's special attacks. For me, that's where she controls. That's why I want her awakened if I'm getting into competitive modes like Battlegrounds or War, trying to compete in Platinum 3 in my alliance, or getting into Mysterium and those sorts of things. Of course, Celestial as well, if that was what you want to do in Battlegrounds. And then this last bullet point, when Nico causes an attack to miss, she passively gains a significant amount of adrenaline. And you're going to see, for me, that's part of her loop and why she's able to end at full fight or full health. And I've shown her gaining health. I've shown this happen. So here we are. I want you to see this because some people misunderstood this in my last Nico video. This is a rank 3, only Sig 78. Why I did 8, I don't know. Against a rank 3 Sig 120 Red Skull. So this is a rank 3, still just punching straight across. We're going to use the buff immunity because you can use it once per quest. Well, and they count Battlegrounds as a quest for this, so that's really nice. That works out. And we're just going to keep the armor ups off of Red Skull. Now remember, this is only 678, so it's helping with the damage, and you can see it right there. We've started already with all of those poisons, right? And keeping the buff immunity up every time Red Skull should be gaining an armor up buff. It's not happening. Every time we should be putting on one of our hex buffs, not happening. And these passes, they can't be shrugged. And they do significant damage. They're part of the damage calculation when we throw our SB1 and explode things. Like you can see, this is where, again, I really like her awakened. So there was some AI difficulty. You can see I've decided I'm going to go ahead and let him throw his special too. And so the speed, this is what I'm talking about in Battlegrounds, right? I'm trying to get to Mysterium. That's like a really nice finish for me. I really enjoy that. I want her awakened if that's what I'm competing for, right? Otherwise, I would suggest strategically leave her at like rank 3 or whatever is like not the highest rank for you, and then ban around it. The problem is you got to ban Serpent, you got to ban Dark Phoenixes, you got to ban your Deathless Thanos. You only have so many bans. So you've got to make that decision for yourself. You can see there's a 50,000 K score. Now, this is my rank 4. This is her first fight as a rank 4. I do believe I was slightly boosted. Again, this is my alliance upside. We fight in Platinum 3. I believe that I'm about Sig. My Nico currently is Sig 140. She was not 140 yet at this time. But this is against a rank 4 Dark Phoenix on a hazard shift lane. So we've even used Nico's hazard shift pre-fights. Not hazard shift pre-fights, but her immunity pre-fights. We're going to use the buff immunity, keep that up, and watch like what an absolute joke this fight becomes, how quickly we're going to get this done. But remember, the rank 3 Unawakened did a nodeless Dark Phoenix, which this essentially is because of Nico's just ability to take over the fight. I still have to deal with the bleed there a little bit. So that was there from the hazard shift. But does anything about this look like there's this really difficult? No, because Nico and her kit with that buff immunity and then the halt that comes off of the SB1 just completely shuts this down. The fight is sped up because of that first bullet point. We are getting those passive poisons. All right. Now we're going to look at this fight. Or wait, I think I might have one more for you. Yeah, I do. This is going to be against a rank 4 Serpent. This is the current Gladiator Circuit meta, right? Yeah, there's Gladiator Circuit. I've now done this fight 2 more times, and I've gotten more aggressive with it. And it has increased my score by about 800, 900 points, which doesn't sound like a ton, but it's worth it. The big difference is what I have done is I've utilized Nico's power gain to get to my special 2, which again reapplies the buff immunity, but it also places more poisons on, which is making that SB1 hit harder. The other difference I have made is I have utilized this miss mechanic right here. Now, if I was missing health, I'd be getting adrenaline for that. So that's that last point of the of her signature ability. And I've been utilizing that better, being more aggressive. Like right there, I could have used my heavy mechanic instead of the striker, or I could have gone for a wake up intercept, then used my striker, heavied into the SB1, which again increases her damage. You get like, I think it's called the flourish passive there, utilizing the miss mechanic. So this is gonna be about a 49,200 score. This Nico is her at SIG 140. This is my current Nico. I just did this thing yesterday or 2 days ago. And like I said, I've been able to increase that score slightly. It's enough. It's nice to actually technically be over the 50K. And you can see the passive poisons, really, really helpful to getting Serpent down. Now, thanks to my alliance mate Stat, who has an unawakened Nico currently in the game, went into this fight. This is a very tough fight that we're about to see. I use this fight sometimes for testing flow, those sorts of things against this Yondu. You can see it's got super masochism, feats of power, rich get richer. And for me, this is why I have Nico in my best champions to rank unawakened. This is a perfect example of it, because she needs to keep these buffs off. And you watch Stat here. This is a rank 1, like just, this is a bare bottom. This fight should not go well with the rankings, okay? But watch how Stat doesn't even use the pre-fight and is able to keep the buffs off of Yondu consistently over the course of this fight. And Stat's obviously a good player, so that plays into it, but that's how it's going to be for anything. So my thoughts, my analysis is this, and I wanted you to see all of this. I wanted you to see her rank 3. I wanted to see her unawakened. I wanted you to see it SIG, what was that, like 68, I think we said, or 48, and then SIG 140 at rank 4. All of those are the differences. Her buff immunity and her kit and the way she fits together, that SB2 into SB1, and then you keep them up. That's why I think for your typical player, if you've got a 7-star Nico and you're choosing between like her and like Sasquatch is very good. Sasquatch is in the 3rd tier of my rankings. That is a very good tier. I think you are much better off putting your rank up resources into that unawakened Nico, because when you need buff immunity, she's got it. Yes, the fight's going to take you longer than it will, and it'll be more difficult because her ease of use goes up when she's awakened. But she's going to be significantly better for that fight than Sasquatch is. Now, if you're choosing between her and like America Chavez, yeah, man, maybe go with America Chavez if you've got an awakened high SIG one. But that's the specifics and the nuance of like only you know your account. If you are looking to compete in like high level battlegrounds or high level war, yes, you probably also want her awakened because of the ease of use going up due to that pause on her own special attacks. Her special attacks are relatively lengthy because of the adrenaline off the miss of the SP1. That's a lot of getting your health back and actually healing over the course of the fight. And then, of course, the first bullet point, which is increasing the damage. She is not a damage monster, but her damage is respectable, and getting that damage increased is what's going to get you those very, very high scores, allow you to compete in, of course, Celestial, but even like Quantum or Mysterium, okay? Without that, I guess, I mean, it's really up to you. I still am a big believer in ranking the best champions that you have, and I think she's even unawakened. I think she's at least a 2nd tier Mystic champion in my tier list, because of how much control she has. Look at what Stat has been able to do. This is a rank 1 unawakened, just completely controlling this fight. As usual, though, let me know what you think we got right. Let me know what you think we got wrong. I wanted you to be able to see all of the information out there. I think we've answered the question. For me, default, most players playing this game, if you've got a 7-star Nico, rank her up. If you're looking to compete in high tier battlegrounds, higher tier war, you know, like me, tier 3, platinum 3, quantum, mysterium, that sort of thing, maybe wait till she is awakened, but then you're going to have to really, really, really address that side of it with your bans and your deck construction, and you're going to be fighting all those nasty cosmic defenders. So as usual, let me know what you think got right. Let me know what you think got wrong. I hope this was very, very helpful. Take care.